Your equipment's fluids help your equipment run hard and run longer. Let's go through how to identify and check your fluids. Before you get started though, check your operation and maintenance manual for proper safety procedures and always wear appropriate personal protective equipment. One rule of thumb is to grease every time you fuel, but talk to your CAT dealer about the greasing frequency that suits your application. For greasing locations, refer to the racetrack chart on your equipment, and you can find additional information in your OMM. Before greasing, wipe off the fitting with a lint-free cloth. If it's packed with old grease, use a tool like a screwdriver to pry it out. Pump in the grease until you see some emerge from the joint. Reduce contamination by using compatible greases and wiping off old grease from around joints. And try to grease in an area free of dirt and dust. If you don't see any grease coming out at the pin joint, check that the fitting is opening properly. If your equipment has auto lube, keep the tank full and make sure the system is functioning. First, prepare your equipment for maintenance. Move your machine to a dry, level surface. Lower implements to the ground, turn off the engine, and release the hydraulic pressure. We're covering the most common fluids today, but check your OMM for specifics about your equipment's fluids. Before pulling out dipsticks or taking off caps, clean around them using a lint-free cloth. Dirt and dust can fall in, and that would introduce contamination to the system. And wipe the inside of caps with a clean cloth before reinstalling them. When adding fluids, use the same product or consult your OMM for compatibility guidelines. Mixing incompatible products can cause serious issues. Check your fluids at the hour intervals listed in your OMM. This symbol is for your hydraulic system. First, check the hydraulic oil temperature on your monitor in the cab. Then, on the sight gauge, look for the fill level that corresponds with your oil's current temperature. Top off the oil as needed. This is the coolant symbol. You can check that level with the sight gauge and then top off as needed. And here's the symbol for engine oil. You'll check it with the dipstick, so wipe that off and then dip it into the tank again to check the level. Add more if it's not within the full range. If your equipment has a swing drive, check that using the dipstick at the base of the boom. If it's low, you'll add oil directly into the dipstick tube. The transmission symbol looks like this. If your equipment has a transmission, check the fluid using the dipstick and add more if it's low. Now, to check the final drive oil level, move your machine so that the oil level mark is horizontal. The drain plug should be facing downward. Remove the oil fill plug to check the level, which should be at the bottom of the opening. Check this plug seal and replace it if needed. Repeat those steps on the other final drive, repositioning the machine as needed. Don't forget to periodically check your wiper fluid levels. If your equipment requires diesel exhaust fluid or DEF, a monitor icon tells you when to refill it. When it comes to replacing fluids, choosing CAT fluids and filters could help you optimize maintenance hour intervals. Check your OMM for more information about the benefits of CAT filters and fluids. And check parts.cat.com for the instructions and products you need through self-service options or SSO. For more information and support, contact your CAT dealer. And always check your operation and maintenance manual for specific instruction and safety procedures.